Pete Davidson was just involved in a drug bust by the cops. Not the best way to start an engagement, is it? How's it going, everyone? It's Devin Howard. I never took Pete Davidson as a goody two-shoes, clean-cut kind of guy, but I also didn't expect him to be this out of control. Does Ariana know what she's getting herself into? Let's find out. As you all know, Pete Davidson and Machine Gun Kelly are filming a movie together, which required that Pete cover up his Ariana-inspired tattoos. When I noticed that those tats were gone, I thought it was for sure because they called off the engagement, realizing that a couple months of dating isn't enough to sustain a lifelong marriage. But I was wrong and found out that the tats had to go for his movie role, so Ariana and Pete are still in relationship bliss. But they might not be once Ariana hears this news. Pete Davidson was pulled over at 4 a.m. in New York. After approaching the car, a source told TMZ that the cops smelled weed and decided to do an entire search of the vehicle. I'm sure Ariana was super pleased to know that her fiance underwent a full vehicle search, right? Especially because she totally called out her ex Mac after he was charged with the DUI and criticized him for not being able to take care of himself. Now her current fiance is getting involved in some bad situations. Obviously, drugs were found, and Pete, who was driving the car, was forced to take a sobriety test. Luckily, he passed, but his friend, the passenger in the car, didn't and was booked for felony possession of a controlled substance and for unlawful possession of weed. We still don't know what the controlled substance was, but we do know that Pete was driving recklessly enough to be pulled over and was driving a car full of drugs. Super lovely. Ariana hasn't commented on the matter, but seeing as her audience is mostly young girls, we're sure she's mortified that this happened to her fiance. But then again, Ari's also trying to break out of her own good girl image, so maybe she's actually happy about it. I don't know, I can't keep up with anyone. Celebrities are confusing. But as of right now, Ari and Pete are still set to walk down the aisle. No wedding date is confirmed yet, but they are making some pretty big decisions about their life together, like the traditional last name change. Ari was interviewed on Apple Music Beats One, and when asked if she'd change her name, she said she'd keep the Grande and just add a Davidson onto the end. Ariana Grande Davidson. I guess it works. She said that the only thing stopping her from going full-on Ariana Davidson is her grandpa. She said, quote, "I have to keep Grande because of my grandpa. I think of him with everything I do in it, and he was so proud of our name, I should keep it." Very sentimental, isn't it? So Ariana plans on becoming Ariana Grande Davidson post-wedding, but she also hopes that one day she won't need a last name at all. She's hoping to be like so many great artists before her and just be Ariana. Maybe ditching the last name is her way of protecting herself from any other embarrassing Pete Davidson moments, or maybe she just wants to be iconic enough to no longer need that last name. Well, what do you think about Pete's run-in with the law? Do you think Ari is embarrassed by his drug bust? Let me know in the comments, and for more Ari and Pete news, check out this video here and then click subscribe.